you have the dilemma you can't decide between getting a professional in to clean your carpet or getting your old trusty rug doctor hired and do your carpet that way? Well, this is why I don't even know the answer to this. I personally, once upon a time, would have gone for the rug doctor. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. We're going to ask the professional today to help us choose this. We have had a few questions about this. We've had Sharon call in wanting to know, she wants to know why professional carpet cleaning is so expensive, and if she goes and hires a rug doctor, it's not so expensive.
Oh, that's interesting.
So she'd like to know what's the differences between
Let's go there, Tracy. Thanks for having me back
That's
on your
okay.
show, by the way.
It's fine.
So today we then, just to be clear, comparing DIY cleaning for carpets and upholstery compared to professional cleaning.
Yes.
For carpets. There's obviously some differences, and I would like to make it a very fair assessment and make sure that people get the true answer before they make a decision.
Yes.
So first things first, let's analyze the very obvious differences between it. The very first one that is standing out as a sore thumb in my professional opinion is the labor involved to carry out the work.
Yes.
Is not necessarily part of the price, because that would be the person that rents the machine's labor that would go into doing the work.
Yeah.
Then you also need to consider that labor that goes into the work has not been sent on training, they have not had experience, and they don't have a support network back at the office to certainly solve a problem that might certainly occur.
That might suddenly happen, yeah.
So the labor you compare is your own time, inexperienced, untrained, gone to get a machine, or maybe you've got a home machine like a Vax or something like that yourself that you now need to do. So if you compare a DIY clean to a professional clean, you firstly, very big stumbling block is the labor that you need to consider as part of the experience, right? It's a bit like saying, I'm going to put my fence up at home, or I'll get a fencing company to put it up. The fencing company would naturally be much quicker doing it because they do it all the time. They have experience, they've got the right tools, they've got the training to do it, and then I can do it myself. Yes, of course, it's going to be cheap. So that's the thing. There are some things that I would point out in this video as the benefit of doing DIY cleaning, right? And let's go there. What's close to our heart here at Art of Clean, as you know, Tracy, we've spoken about it many times, is the idea to stop a carpet or upholstery piece to go to landfill and a carpet heaven or upholstery heaven, right? If we can stop that happening, or at least slow that process down, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Whether we do the job, or whether they do the job themselves, or whether the client who watching this might have a machine that they would do it with, right? At the end of the day, if somebody does nothing, somebody does DIY cleaning, or somebody uses professional cleaning, if they don't do professional cleaning, then the choices are do nothing or do a DIY clean. Then I would say go and do a DIY clean. That's certainly beneficial. The other thing is also, the reason why DIY clean can be very beneficial is because, you know what, I'm not here next week and I don't have the time to wait for a professional to come and clean it. It's Saturday, I need to get that stain out of the carpet and I need to do it myself. So there are definitely some benefits in there. Running down to Tesco or wherever and get that done. Okay, so there are definitely certain benefits, and in a moment we can switch over to look at the machines. Tracy, in the quest to get the machine here, I have some interesting experiences which I wish to share.
Yes, because obviously if you haven't got a Vax at home, you will have to do what Pierre's had to do. Yeah,
so I went over to get hire one. So I want to share in this video a few tips for those people that do want to go and hire a machine as to what to do.
Yes.
So first of all, you know, Tracy, I was blown away at how easy it was. To go and get a rug doctor was exceptionally easy, right? There was some obstacles along the way because I was supposed to have it last Monday and I didn't. But I have since learned a few things, and it's important that those people watching this... But this is why helping people to...
Don't leave it till last minute.
Yes, don't leave it till last minute, because that's what I did, right? I was meant to have it last Monday. I thought, I'll go to Tesco early in the morning, I'll go and get that machine, and I'll just go and do it. My advice, don't do that, right? No. You don't do that.
That's not
I have found that there are two main different ways in which they rent a rug doctor. The one is, you go to the shop, and you rent it from the person in the shop. They'll do your transaction and they'll give you the machine and they'll send you on your way. Of course, if they have one. The other way is if you go to a larger retailer like Tesco or places like that, that has got a stand where the machine is locked in, and then you book it online. So you go to Rug Doctor's website. It's really simple. You fill in a little bit of detail. I was surprised how little it was actually. And you say you want to rent one. You then pay for the machine, and it's something in the region of about £30 for 24 hours. And I actually got a upholstery tool with it, so I could clean upholstery, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I got an email a few moments later to say, this is their locker and this is the code.
Oh wow.
So this morning I drove to Tesco, I went in there, I looked at my email, I got the PIN number, I put the letters PIN number in, I turned the key, opened the door, and there's my machine and there's my tool. So it was actually very easy. So for those people watching this, if you want to go and rent a Rug Doctor, go and book it on the website for Rug Doctor. That's very easy. They will tell you if there's some available at certain time slots or not, and you can then pick another place where you can go to find one. I found that Ely was quite busy. I couldn't get one at the time I wanted. I went and get one from Newmarket, so Newmarket had one for the time that I wanted early in the morning.
Perfect.
So you get the machine, you get the attachment to clean your carpets with. What you do not get as part of your booking online is the product. So you buy the product there, right? So what I did this morning, I went in and I got my machine and I took it to the car and I walked back in the shop because my hands were full and I went to buy the cleaning product. Then I went to the till and I paid for the cleaning product just with self-checkout, so scan it, pay for it, and I left. And that's easy, right? So if you do want to go and rent a machine, consider there are some shops, but it says on the website if they self-service or whether you buy it from somebody actually in the shop, right? So that's the first thing. And I must say it was really simple. I think there's definitely a place where some people watching this video may choose, well, actually I usually have professional cleaning, but actually I can get the right doctor. There are some limitations with the process, which we can address in a minute. So that's the first thing. Right. That's DIY cleaning, professional cleaning. The comparison, first thing is it's better to clean than not to clean. So I would rather see people do this in the right way with the right knowledge than to do nothing. Other than that, there are places where professional cleaning would be better.
Yeah.
Right. If I can switch over and show you what I got from the shop.
We love
I'm sure those people watching this would want to see. Good. So I'll squeeze through here and then switch over to my video here, which shows my little Rug Doctor that I went to pick up this morning. So I must say, Tracy, the machine came and it was quite nice and clean. I opened it up and this is the dirty tank, so you clip this down and then you can remove the dirty tank. It's got a nice little handle with it, so you can tip the dirty water out very easily, and I must say there's no horrible smell from it. It was quite nice. That's usually the concern, you know, somebody didn't clean the machine properly and then took it back, and then unfortunately very ugly. So that's simple. Let me go back there. Sorry, I'm going to go back there. So you take this dirty tank out, and this is where you will put the clean water in. Clean water gets poured in this bit, and then you add your cleaning solution. What I would advise you do is your cleaning solution, this one. So get your bucket and follow the directions on the back for the dilution of this. Pour it in the water, mix it first, then take that mix and pour it in here, because that means the water is nice and mixed with the cleaning solution that goes in there. Don't overfill it, and also very important, this is probably the biggest mistake people would make, is look at this and go, oh, my carpet's very dirty, I'll double the concentration. This is dangerous because it would cause the residue to be left in the carpet and it would get dirty very quickly, right? So you fill it up with water, put this up, slide that in. It's exceptionally easy, to be honest. I was blown away. So there we go. That's this, and your switches are at the top. You can switch between the upholstery cleaning or you can switch to the carpet cleaning. There's a white switch to the top and then one that's going to make a noise. Hang on a minute. So that's what we have, and your handle has got a little pulley bit at the top and it can fall down, which is nice and easy. Let's go ahead and look at the underneath of the machine. So underneath the machine, what you'll have is the slot where the vacuum sucks the water out of your carpet again. You also have a little light brush that would create a bit of brushing to the car with a bit of agitation. And then you have down the bottom here, you have got two jets that would spray the cleaning solution down on the carpet. And from a first appearance, it looks like it should do quite a good job at spraying, but not too much water down. That would be the vital bit. Don't get too much water down, and pass over it a few times with this bit. That would actually suck the water out of this. A tip with this machine is, of course, obviously you don't push it, but you rather pull it. So when you start cleaning, you will pull the machine backwards on the carpet that you clean, tilt it back, push it forward, put it down again and pull it back on the area that you clean. So what we would advise is go over the carpet a few times when you have sprayed the cleaning solution down, so that you lift more water out of the carpet, right? So that is your rug doctor, and I would say if you have a choice between a professional clean and a DIY clean or no clean, it is better, of course, to get the professional, because you get somebody that has years of experience and a much bigger machine that can do the job. If your choice is between no clean and DIY clean, then definitely a DIY clean is certainly better. If the choice is between a spot clean and nothing, then definitely a spot clean is better. Now let's quickly talk about what is the reason why a professional clean is better than a DIY clean. You can see here that I've got a very small machine that I can very easily lift and carry around. So this thing is so tiny and light, and that's what makes it very convenient why people would rent a machine like this. As you can imagine, to make it this light, the pump and motor to suck the water out would be tiny to fit inside this machine. Because they're that small, they make the machine very light, but it comes with a drawback. The drawback is it's not powerful enough to lift that water out of the carpet, and as I mentioned earlier, it's important to pass that machine over the carpet a few times to lift more of that cleaning solution out of the carpet. Tracy, that then brings us to another big question I hear many ask, and that is, oh, I've cleaned my carpet and now it smells.
Yeah.
Now my carpet smells after I've done some DIY cleaning. And this is another question that props up many times, and I wish to address that. This is the reason why I said to you on the video earlier, pass over the carpet many times with this machine to lift more of that water out every time. If you get a professional to come and clean your carpet, you would immediately have much more power because the machine would be bigger. And in some cases, like we do, we use a van-mounted machine, which is yet even bigger, so more of that water gets removed from the carpet. So that is very important. The other thing to understand is the soiling that's inside the carpet. Sometimes this cleaning method can just not remove that, and you need a professional clean to remove some of the soiling. I would be straight, in rare cases, though they are quite rare, we probably see this every 2 to 5 years here at Olive Clean, that even the professional machine cannot achieve that result to remove that soiling totally. These are typical properties where they might have had lots of dogs before, there's a lot of urine stains that might not be so visible, there's a lot of greasiness from the dog's skin on the carpet which is not necessarily visible, the carpet's quite dirty. So we gone in every 2 to 5 years, we see one, we clean the carpet and really clean it well, we treat it, we sanitize it, and then you still have that very strong odor. Now imagine cleaning a carpet like that with a portable machine like this, a tiny little DIY machine. The smell would be horrendous. You stand a bigger chance of having a smell from a carpet, that sort of carpet with a machine like this, than a professional clean, but even the professionals sometimes have to say, no, it's time to change your carpet. That's the reason why. Tracy, while we're at it, I want to show you the cleaning product, just briefly, that I've picked up from Rug Doctor. They also do a range of other products, but let's quickly talk about this. This is the cleaning solution that would go in the tank, right? Now, how this is different to the professional clean. In professional cleaning, we would use a detergent that would be cleaning the carpet, and then we would neutralize that with a neutralizing agent that goes on afterwards. It's the rinse process that have that in. This neutralizes the cleaning process. With this machine, you pour this into the cleaning solution, and this bottle can clean about 2 rooms. You need to imagine that some of this cleaning solution would stay behind in the carpet.
Yeah, that's what you do.
So that's the difference, again, between DIY and professional cleaning. Some of this cleaning solution, of course, is mixed in the water and it stay behind. They also do a range of other cleaning products. I can show you that. And you have different things that you can deal with. The one that caught my eye was the Oxy Power Stain Remover. This would be the cleaning solution you would use when there's a wine stain, a coffee stain, and things like that. Something I wish to point out, the word oxy means oxygen. It's usually short for oxygen. That means it's oxidizing agent that is used to remove that stain. Oxidizing agent means it's a bleach. So be very careful when over applying that specific product, because it might leave a lighter mark. So just watch out, it can be causing a bit of a bleaching action if over applied. I am quite confident that the rug doctor would have investigated this, and I definitely don't think that they will sell something they should not. My advice is just be using that one particularly with care. And if you use any of these products on the carpet, I would then ensure you rinse and rinse and rinse. Don't just apply this and think it's now done. Use this machine to rinse that out. Get that out of the carpet.
I'm guessing it might be like if you were to leave tea and coffee down for too long, it needs to be rinsed out rather than left. Because it'll still keep bleaching while it's on the carpet.
Yes,
so,
it would be. I would advise go over it with a machine first, lift out what you can, and then treat it, and then rinse it again, treat it again, rinse it again. Don't over apply it, and don't definitely leave it in the carpet. When we as professionals come and treat a stain, we would look at it and decide whether we treat it first before we rinse it, or whether we rinse it first and then treat it. So, because our product work different, and we've got very powerful machines that can actually rinse that out. So that's what I would say. All as a recap and a summary of what I've experienced when I went to rent a machine like this. It's very easy to do. Follow the instructions. Book something like get to the shop and you can pick it out. That's quite easy. That's what I did. You can buy your products there, and really simple and easy. Biggest thing you can do is go over it a few times. Just dry. Where you don't spray cleaning solution down, just suck up that cleaning solution that you have put in the carpet. That's also good. And that's a very important bit that I didn't mention is before you start cleaning, thoroughly vacuum your carpet.
Get as much
thoroughly vacuum your carpet very well, and move the furniture out of the room before you actually start cleaning. That would be a vital bit. And let the carpet dry nicely before you put it back, because sometimes those feet marks can transfer into a damp carpet. Watch out for that. Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So perfect. So as you all see, Rug Doctor, you can hire them from most places. I think you can just go on the Rug Doctor website.
Rug Doctor website is a good thing because it picks up your location and it can then tell you where to go and find one.
And like Pierre was saying, we're not saying that Rug Doctor's a bad thing to use. It's just not as powerful as professionals. So just keep that in mind. That especially for those that we have had a few questions about why is my carpet smelly after I've cleaned it. Probably because you're not vaxing it. It's not sucking it up. Sorry.
Don't remove as much water, and also open the windows to have some airflow that can help the drying of the carpet.
So there you go. So if you need anything else, you know what to do. Comment down below and we'll get back to you. Take care.
Thank you, bye.